Namaste. I am Anita Goa and welcome to my channel. If you are new, Stiff in the Morning number 7 is here. I know you really enjoy this series, so here's another one for you where we will be integrating 2 yoga blocks. We're going to slow it down quite a lot. I'm not offering a whole lot of yoga poses. It's not as active as some of the other ones in this series, but this one is really about tuning in to your core, into your breath, filling yourself up with life force, with prana, so that you can go out there and do the things that you want to do in your life. So grab your blocks, get nice and comfortable in your own space. I am here in my home. I think I'm going to be filming here now because I like my plants, my flowers, and my lights around me. So I hope this makes you feel at home as well. Mi casa is su casa. Let's get started. I highly recommend that you put the mat lengthwise, because we'll be moving from the front to the back. So this will be my front and this will be my back. And it's kind of like sometimes life turns things for you in the opposite direction, or sometimes you might feel like you need to move in a different direction. And regardless of what the case might be, you need to stay strong, tuned into yourself, and keep that prana account overflowing, or at least filled up, not depleted. No. Depletion is never a good thing. You don't have to ever watch this intro again. You can get started with the practice right now. But grab your yoga block and you'll be sitting at the front of your mat, but let me just demonstrate first. You're going to be seated at the tips of your sitting bones. Legs are going to be hip distance apart. Lift your toes up off the floor and root into the 4 corners of your feet. So your big toe joint, little toe joint, inside and outsides of your heels. That's really going to draw up the arches of your feet and root down, ground down into your feet and into your legs. And then you'll take the yoga block either way, the thin way or the thicker way. I like to keep it the thin way, and I place it mid-thigh. So the way that you will know whether to have it the thinner way or the thicker way is if you squeeze your legs together, you feel your inner thighs engaged and not your knees. If you feel too much of your inner knees uncomfortable, then make your adjustments accordingly, okay? So by drawing into the block, you're going to engage your inner thighs, draw up through the pelvic floor, and draw in through the lower belly. So you feel the leg and the abdominal or the core connection. Then lift through the heart, let your shoulders drop, and just stay with your breath. So we're going to start off with some core work first. Then you inhale, lift up tall, and exhale, roll it down slowly, all the way down to the floor. And once you're all the way back, inhale the arms over your head. So it always feels good in the morning. And then exhale, bring the arms forward, draw it all the way in, squeeze it into the center line of your body, and inhale, lengthen. Do that again. Exhale, roll it down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Use your hands behind your thighs if you need to. Inhale it back. And then exhale it forward. Inhale, lengthen. Then take your second block with you as you roll down halfway. Keep drawing in and lift both legs off the floor at the same time. Then place your second block behind your head and rest back. Relax your shoulder blades into the floor and arms at the side of your body. Keep squeezing the block. Lift through the pelvic floor and your lower belly. Anchor your hip bones into the floor. Then inhale, lower the heels as close to the ground as you can. And then exhale, lift and draw the knees towards your chest. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Keep going. And only lower the heels as close to the ground as it feels okay for you, or you can engage your abdominals. Your lower back doesn't pop off the floor. Keep your lower back on the ground and make sure that you feel like you can breathe in this moment. So although your legs are working, your abs are working, you're still breathing. You're still trying to stay cool, calm, and collected. Yeah? And stretching that edge a bit. Starting to feel the fire. Gotta feel the fire. Yes. The abdominal area. This is Manipura chakra. The center for self-confidence, for action, you know, for believing in yourself. Do one more. Excellent. Then hold the legs in about a 90-degree angle. Place your hands behind your head. Lift your head and lift your shoulder blades off. And then exhale, rotate to your left. So lower the left arm to the floor and left shoulder blade to the floor. Feel a little rotation happening from the bottom of your ribs. And then extend the right arm to the outside of the left thigh. And as you press the legs against the block, press the arm against the thigh. And then draw in to your left oblique, the waistline. Breathe in, breathe out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it back. Oh yeah, feel the burn. And then exhale, rotate it to the right. Feel the right arm to the floor, right shoulder blade to the floor, little rotation from the bottom of your ribs, and then work the left arm to the outside of the thigh. Squeeze the block, squeeze the hand against the thigh, and then feel that right oblique contracting and breathe with it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gradually come back to the center. Oh, didn't that feel good? Very stabilizing, grounding, and centering. And then cup your hands around the knees, draw the knees away, and lift your head. And as you squeeze the block, draw in through the navel, and slowly see if you can roll yourself up as a connected unit. Good. And let go of the block for a moment. Take the second block and put it to the side. And roll over and come to your hands and your knees. Keep the legs hip distance again, and then position the block right there into that same position. And curl the toes under and straighten out to a plank pose. Hold it. All right, really draw in through the inner thighs, lift through the pelvic floor, draw up through the navel, press the floor away from you. Try to find a little bit of a rounding in your upper back, almost like you're doing a cat stretch. And hold, breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And either keep the legs straight or bend the knees. Exhale to downward facing dog. Draw your sitting bones to the ceiling. Work your weight back into your heels. Lift your toes off the floor if you can. Draw the energy up through your shins, up through the quadriceps. Draw the kneecaps in. As you squeeze the block, draw up through the pelvic floor, lower belly. Drop your head. Good. Then either keep the legs straight or bent. Walk your hands back. Inhale to halfway pose. And then exhale, fold over your thighs, root into the four corners of your feet as you keep your toes lifted. Bend the knees or keep them straight. Inhale, rise as you root down into the feet, draw in through the block, lift through the pelvic floor, lower belly, lift the heart. And then exhale again, fold over your thighs, moving very slowly. Inhale halfway. And then walk yourself back into a plank pose. Set yourself up, arms shoulder distance apart. Inhale fully here. And then exhale slowly to chaturanga, lower as a unit halfway down. Inhale to upward facing dog, point the feet. Press with the tops of the feet. And then exhale to downward facing dog. And that might feel a little weird initially, using the block between the legs, but you start to notice it afterwards, how helpful this is. And then gradually lower the knees into the floor, keep the toes curled under, and come up into a camel prep. Feel the thighs pressing against the block. Lift through the pelvic floor, lift through the lower belly. Take your thumbs into your armpits, draw the elbows in, and really lift through the heart. All right, notice as you root down and you center into your abs, you lift through the heart, how the chest just opens up. And breathe here. Fully inhale, completely exhale. If you're okay in this position and you feel like you can go a little further, keep lifting, keep drawing in, keep moving back as your hips go forward, and see if possibly you can take a hold of your heels. Okay, now you can continue to look forward, you can look up, or if it feels okay to drop your head back, go for it. You just want to make sure that you don't feel any compression in your lower back. So only go as far as you can. Good. And draw in as you slowly lift up. Let go of the block, point your feet, and rest into child's pose. You can keep the block right underneath your forehead. Just fully breathe in. Fully exhale it out. Then withdraw, drawing through the navel as you roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae, just giving your lower, middle, and upper back a little bit of a counter stretch there. And then sit up tall. Exhale it into downward facing dog. Just keep your block to the side. You might need it for the flow, and hold downward facing dog. Now notice as you hold downward facing dog, just imagine that you have that block still there. Draw in, lift through the pelvic floor, lower belly, and feel that your legs are really on fire, really rooting you down and helping to center you into your core and into your breath. Inhale, wave it into a plank pose. Exhale fully there. Inhale fully. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale upward dog. And exhale downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee to the navel and step the right foot forward. Inhale, roll your shoulders open. Feel free to place your hands on the blocks if you need to. And then rotate open to the right. So now as you stay here, feel your inner thighs drawing towards an imaginary block. Take about 80% of the weight out of your left arm. Try to make your shoulders light. You can look up to the side or down, yogi's choice. Lift your front toes up off the floor and root into the four corners of your right foot. Then lower the right palm to the block or fingertips to the floor. Pivot your left heel in, extended side angle. Reach that left arm up and over the ear. Keep your toes lifted. Take about 80% out of the weight out of the right arm. And breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Then inhale it up to a warrior two. Hold it here. Lift your toes. Level off your hips. Gaze over the back arm. It's like gazing a tiny, quick little gaze into the past. And then over into the future. But making sure that you stay here, present in the moment. Feel the inner thighs drawing in. Navel lifting up, heart staying open, shoulders are dropped. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then inhale, straighten out the front leg, flex the foot and turn your toes in. And then exhale, turn your heels in, temple pose. Hold it here, breathe in with it. Lift your toes up off the floor. Draw your knees towards your little toes. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And then cross the right elbow on top of the left. Lift your elbows, drop your shoulders down. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Then inhale, release, straighten the arms out, lift your heels, turn them out, and then exhale, warrior two to your back. Bend the knees. Keep the toes lifted. Stretch the arms in opposite directions. Just feel free now to look to the back, which originally was your front. But it's all changed. Be here now. Inhale, lower the hands to the floor. Step it back to plank pose. Exhale slowly to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Exhale out. Breathe in. Exhale out. Then inhale, lift the right leg to three-legged dog. Exhale, jump that right foot forward and let your left foot follow. Inhale, halfway pose. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, draw your thumbs to Ajna chakra, Anahata chakra, and release. Good. So repeat this on the other side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Left foot back. Inhale, right foot back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot lifts, three-legged. Exhale, knee to navel, step it forward. Inhale, right here. Hands on the blocks or on your fingertips, and then rotate open to the left. Lift your front toes off the floor. Draw the inner thighs towards that imaginary block. Take about 80% of the weight out of the right arm, and just feel yourself rooting down, drawing in to yourself. And then from there, opening up and expanding. Look up to the side or down. So this might be a different story on this side. Lower the left hand to the floor or to the block. Pivot the right heel in and reach the right arm up and over the right ear. Extended side angle. Keep your toes lifted. Breathe with it. Feel the navel and the heart rotating towards the sky. Take as much weight out of that left arm as you can so you feel fully supported through your legs. And then inhale, float it up to a warrior two. Level off. Toes are lifted. Gaze over the back arm. And the front arm. So merging the past and the future right into the moment. Be here now. Luxuriate yourself in your breath. Good, then inhale, straighten out the leg, flex the foot, turn your toes in. And exhale, temple pose. Lift your toes off the floor. Draw your knees towards your little toes. Sink as deep into this as you can, but don't just sink. Feel the buoyancy here in your legs, in your body, in your spirit. It's a sign you can bounce back at any point, no matter where life throws you or offers you. Cross the left elbow on top of the right. Lift your elbows, drop your shoulders down. Let's try to slow down. Ground, center in. Open up, expand, stay in touch with the breath. Breathe and believe. Sometimes we just need that slow start to the day. And then inhale, lengthen, lift your heels. Exhale, turn your heels out and go into warrior two again. Inhale into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, slowly. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Shake it loose, baby. Shake it loose. Then inhale, lift your left leg to three-legged. Exhale, jump the left foot forward and let the right foot follow. Inhale, halfway. It's a leap of faith. Exhale, fold in. In, rise. Exhale, Ajna chakra, Anahata chakra. And rest the arms at the side of your body. Now separate your feet so they're hip distance or shoulder distance apart. Lift your toes, root into the four corners of your feet. And then bend the knees and feel as if you're squeezing your legs against that imaginary block. And then try to slowly lower yourself all the way down to the floor. And come into that same position that we started with. Take your block again, right in between the legs. Lift the toes, inhale the arms up, and then exhale, roll it down gradually, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then when you're halfway down, lift the legs off. Draw the heels a little bit closer and keep that abdominal connection and the block connection and lower your feet to the floor. Okay, so once you're down, lift your toes up off the floor, root into the four corners. Draw in through the lower belly, let the arms rest at the side of your body. And then inhale, gradually roll your spine off the floor. And lift your pelvis up as high as it can go as you root down into your feet. Your arms can stay separate, or you can interlace the fingers. Now notice how you naturally interlace. I naturally put my right index finger on top of the left. So keep that in mind. So you can do the opposite the next time around. Hold it here. All right, now feel that you're rooting down into the feet as you draw in through that block, engaging your inner thighs, pelvic floor, your abdominals, and creating length in your spine, openness in your chest, shoulders, strength in your back. Right? Gotta have a strong backbone for life. You need an open, compassionate heart for life as well. And then separate the arms and the shoulder blades and gradually roll it down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Easy. Good, and we'll do that one more time. Keep the toes lifted, root down into the feet, draw your tailbone up as if you have a string attached to your tailbone. Draw it up so you create the length there in your lower back. And when you come up as high as you can go, just wiggle the shoulder blades together and do your second interlacing. So I would do my left index finger on top of the right. Breathe in here. Exhale completely, and it will feel like your legs are on fire. And they should feel like they are on fire. Not your neck, not your shoulders, not your jaw, not your eyes, but your legs. Your legs are there to support you. So make them strong, keep them strong. So you can feel that connection to the earth. And just allow them to take you to wherever you want to go, need to go, have to go. Then separate the arms and roll it down again, vertebrae by vertebrae. Ah, how juicy was that? Then draw in through the abdominals, lift both legs off the floor at the same time. Excellent, and then take the block away. Put it to the side and let the soles of your feet come together. And feel free, if this feels like it's too much, take your blocks and place them behind your knees for support. Place one hand on your heart, another hand on your belly. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Let's fill up that prana account. Fill it up with what will help and serve you at this moment. And then exhale, empty out anything that you don't need, that no longer serves you. And then draw the knees together. Use your hands if you need to. Lift your heels. Draw in through your abdomen and lift both legs off the floor at the same time. Cup your hands around the knees again. So try to keep the legs hip distance apart. Squeeze against that imaginary block. Lift your head and try to slowly roll yourself up again. Good, and face forward. Could you feel that now, that whole pulling in? Yeah, it's pretty fantastic once you start to get it. And extend your left leg, bend your right leg in. sit up tall and just do a gentle twist to the right. Keep your chest lifted. Inhale, lengthen to your spine. Exhale, rotation. And then reach the right arm up. You can bend the elbow and support your head here. And as you stay in that rotation, start to gradually bend over your extended leg. Only go as far to the side as you can peek up towards the sky. If you're looking down to the ground, you've bent too far to the side. So here you'll feel a deep stretch into the right side body. Breathe in fully. Exhale it completely. Breathe in fully. Exhale it completely. Good, and then gradually start to come up and release the arms down. Oh, that feels so good, right? That will help you to take deeper inhales and more complete exhales throughout the day. So sit up tall and then rotate over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen to your spine. Exhale, rotation. Inhale the left arm up. Feel free to bend the elbow. Stay in the rotation as you exhale and you bend it over. So again, remember that the navel and the heart faces up. So there is that little twist in the side bend. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Slowly start to come up and go back into the rotation. And rotate to the front. Excellent. Cross your legs together. You can keep one leg on top or keep the feet in front of each other. Inhale. And then exhale, descend it forward. Okay, just give your lower back, your middle and your upper back a bit of a release. You can rest your forehead onto your hands, or you can take the block and you can rest your forehead on the block. Right, so just use the tools to your advantage. Sometimes it's fun to integrate them, to give us a new perspective, to engage muscles that might not have been as engaged before, but get this opportunity to engage more fully because of it. And then slowly start to come up, and then change your legs. Inhale and exhale it forward. Right? We're always moving towards balance in our practice. Trying to move towards the center. So try to draw in and move from our core and from our heart and from our breath. So stay present in this moment and tune into you. And serve yourself first. Serve yourself well. So you then can serve others with all the energy, all the prana, the life force that might be needed. That way you don't get depleted. Think that rhymed. And slowly withdraw and come all the way up. Beautiful. Then just rest your hands on your thighs again. Turn your palms to face up. Just notice how you feel. This was a slow, calm, grounding practice to tune you into you, to fill you up, so you can go out and shine your brightest light into every nook and cranny of the world, if that's what you want. Serve your family, your friends, your community. But be selfish enough to take care of yourself first. Because if you don't have the energy for it, the prana for it, it can't happen. So this is a good way of being selfish. Spoil yourself rotten with prana, with breath, so it can serve you well. Palms together in front of your heart. Draw your chin into your chest. Namaste.